This contestant right here holds the record for the most challenge victories in a single season. She's also the first contestant to hold the record for the most consecutive challenge rewards.
How lucky can I be? I will never forget this day for the rest of my life.
But despite all that success she had on the show, that didn't stop her life from taking a tragic turn. You see, Janelle started her journey in season 11 with a bang.
Good job. Really good job.
That's like Chef Ramsay saying you already won this thing. Oh yeah, she was truly winning material hands down. It was due to her assistance that not only were the risottos in the third service an instant hit, but the red team was able to push out food at a steady pace.
Come on, Susan, trust your gut. You know what it should look like.
If you ask me, Janelle's performance as a team player is quite commendable. In an environment where interpersonal conflicts are not only imminent but encouraged, her consistent reliability, morale-boosting abilities, and collaborative nature stood out. During the breakfast service in episode 5, Janelle was manning the scrambled egg station like a boss. But before the first order even came in, she took it upon herself to motivate the entire team.
Ladies, it's early, but let's talk.
Her leadership skills definitely weren't in short supply, I'll tell you that much. Together with Cindy, Janelle managed to keep the food flowing smoothly. Their synergy in the kitchen was on point, and it didn't go unnoticed. Chef Ramsay even gave her a nod of approval for those perfectly cooked scrambled eggs.
Janelle, that scrambled egg is delicious.
Thank you, Chef.
But what really stood out was her quick thinking towards the end of the service. Janelle noticed that the pancake station was slowing things down, and she didn't hesitate to take action. She suggested that each team member take up a pan to help. However, despite her best efforts, the red team lost the service. But the Chinese Dish Creation Challenge showcased her creative flair and strong sense of flavors. Lemongrass and red miso? Who would have thought of that? I should definitely give that a try someday. Anyway, when it was time for the Farm Animal Challenge, Janelle was the first one from the red team to step into the pen, and she chose a goat and polenta combo. Her goat and wild mushroom ragu received high praise for not only being very tasty, but also incredibly tender. And Chef Ramsay was blown away too.
How can that be so tender and literally melt in your mouth? It's almost like softer than polenta.
Yeah.
Genuinely, this was a real win for her and the entire red team.
I mean, that was a very strong finish.
You hear that? There's no stopping her. During the family night dinner service, Janelle was assigned to the appetizer station. She played a crucial role in ensuring a smooth service by actively assisting her teammates in sending out appetizers and entrees. By now, she had already established she possessed all the traits of an effective communicator.
At this point, we're competing against ourselves.
That's a spot-on assessment. Winning only one service the entire season, the Season 11 Blue Team is undoubtedly the worst Blue Team to ever disgrace Hell's Kitchen with their presence. With the exception of John, of course. His back must have killed carrying the entire men's team. Now, in the heat of the presentation challenge, Janelle demonstrated her determination to excel. Out of the red team, she was one of the selected 3 to advance to the second round. Her eagerness to rise to the occasion was evident. As the challenge progressed, Janelle was the first person from the red team to present her dish to the judges. She showcased her basil marinated grilled prawns with black garlic vinaigrette.
It's delicious.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give this one 44.
Even with a dish that received praise, she wasn't content with good, she was aiming for greatness. When her final score of 89 points was revealed, it left her somewhat dissatisfied. It's clear that Janelle had set the bar pretty high.
89 is a B, it's not an A. I want a perfect 100.
During the next service, the red team emerged victorious, and they were understandably excited about their accomplishment. However, their celebration was short-lived. Chef Ramsay summoned the entire team to his office, which naturally made everyone, including Janelle, a bit nervous. Most of them didn't know what to expect. And that's when Chef Ramsay revealed his plan.
I want all of you to have a meeting and decide amongst yourselves which individual will be joining the blue team.
The catch was that everyone on the red team had the same desire. They all wanted to make the move to the blue team. So Janelle came up with a funny and unique solution.
You want to just draw a name out of a hat?
Let's just draw, I mean, we all pretty much kind of want to go.
Yeah.
Honestly, can you blame her? After Michael's elimination, Chef Ramsay checked back on the decision to transfer to the blue team. Janelle had explained that they had all wanted to go and had resorted to drawing a name from a pot, much to his chagrin. It was a kitchen, not a casino after all.
But I asked you to come to a consensus. What is this? We're not playing fucking roulette for a restaurant here.
Oh man, that was funny. But who ended up going? Nedra and Janelle faced off against her in the International Cuisine Challenge, and the culinary destination was Thailand. The set of ingredients they had to work with included kathir lime, lemongrass, mango, coconut milk, and jasmine rice. rice, which Mary thought was overrated and had the entire HK community from Asia in disbelief. Meanwhile, Janelle's steamed halibut with lemongrass coconut broth was praised as an excellent reinterpretation of a Thai classic.
I think you did a beautiful job.
But this contestant was too stunned to speak.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Really? Like really?
Legend has it, she's still saying really?
Like really?
Wait, she's not done yet.
What the fuck? Really?
Nedra man, you were a riot. Her journey wasn't without its downs. During the 15th service, she accidentally cut herself. Recognizing the importance of maintaining hygiene and cleanliness in the kitchen, Janelle didn't want to risk bleeding over her station, so she called for help. And well, Chef Ramsay immediately had the medic tend to her wound.
Get the medic in, let's
Yes,
go.
chef.
Once patched up, she made a return to the kitchen, ready to jump back into action. However, here's where her resilience really shines through. Despite her best efforts to get back into groove, Janelle faced a momentary setback. She found herself disoriented and unable to respond to Mary and Susan's questions.
Janelle, can I walk him? You good, Janelle?
The situation took another turn when she sent up a batch of sauteed mushrooms that didn't meet the high standards of the kitchen. And Chef Ramsay's critique wasn't sugarcoated, I'll tell you that much.
I'm looking for sauteed mushrooms, yeah? Not mushrooms in a fucking bar.
Rather than letting her team pick up the slack, she insisted on making things right. This determination paid off when the refire of the sauteed mushrooms was accepted, allowing the VIP table to receive their entrees as planned.
Wow, look at that.
It's clear that Janelle's commitment to delivering an exceptional dining experience and her resilience in the face of adversity were key factors in this successful turnaround. I think what sets leaders apart is how they handle setbacks, right? Anyway, after this service, she was shifted to the blue team. During her turn at running the pass in the Black Jacket dinner service, Janelle stepped into another situation where her leadership skills were put to the test. While she may have been the second chef to take command, she noticed that they weren't keen on communicating. Recognizing the dysfunction, she made a bold decision to take charge and assert her authority in the kitchen.
I gotta start commanding the attention and the respect from my fellow chefs here.
One of the standout moments was when she was presented with Cindy's capellini dish, and she immediately identified that it hadn't been seasoned properly not just once, but twice.
It's a little underseasoned.
Yes, ma'am.
2 pounds on the trot that need more seasoning.
Janelle had her standards high and wasn't willing to compromise, even if it meant rejecting a dish. Her vocal leadership in addressing the issue showed her determination to ensure that every plate that left the kitchen met the expected standards. A defining moment in her past experience came when sous chef Andy sent up cod instead of halibut. Remarkably, Janelle caught this error even after the dish was plated.
Chef, this is cod, not halibut.
She demonstrated an incredible level of vigilance and dedication to quality control, and this performance earned her praise even from her competitors.
Janelle's doing a great job at the pass.
During the final menu challenge, Chef Ramsay pushed the limits by demanding that they create 5 dishes in just 1 hour. This put immense pressure on the chefs, but Janelle wasn't fazed at all. She demonstrated her creativity and desire to stand out. Janelle decided to take a bold risk by choosing to work with beef cheeks, a move that showcased her willingness to think outside the box and take on challenges that set her apart from the rest.
The judges see my vision and that my thought process connects to my plate.
In the cold appetizer round, her confidence shone through. She believed in her dish, a deconstructed BLT featuring fried green tomatoes, crispy prosciutto, baby arugula, and a gorgonzola ranch. When the judges tasted her creation, Sang-yoon praised the dish's texture and the delightful crispiness of the prosciutto. However, he questioned whether it could be truly called a BLT, despite Janelle's efforts to cover all the bases that made a BLT. Nevertheless, Janelle emerged victorious in that round.
I got every component necessary to call this a BLT.
Not just that round, she won the challenge. Now, let's take a look at the nail-biting finale service. And I gotta say, it was a close call. Despite Janelle's strong leadership, her team just couldn't deliver.
Let's get this going.
Got it, chef.
Cindy reminded them to pay attention as it was a crucial night. She gave instructions to Ray about adding more dressing to the salad, which concerned Susan.
Little dressing on top of the tomato.
Okay,
Really
you got it.
quickly.
Getting the salads right was essential, and she was worried it could be a long night if they couldn't even nail the basics. But Ray managed to correct the salad issue, thankfully. As the service progressed, Susan successfully sent her prawns, but Janelle had to look to Ray for the second to last order of appetizers. Unfortunately, his salads were overdressed.
Hey, wake up.
Although Janelle's pursuit of perfectionism may have seemed nitpicky to some, her high standards made sense. When she was down to serving only the chef's table for appetizers, Susan sent up flatbread for the mussels, and Janelle felt the pressure to keep a close eye on everything.
I'm gonna keep an eagle eye on everyone. The food needs to be spot on.
Thankfully, Amanda's attempt was accepted and she began firing entrees. Later in the night, Chef Ramsay had a word with both Janelle and Mary, commending them for their performance so far and emphasizing the need to maintain their standards for the final 6 tickets.
Make sure those standards are there. Every ticket, keep it going.
However, Janelle faced a challenge when she had to reject Susan's garnishes for being cold and under-seasoned.
That has no salt. Susan, you're dying. I need the garnish now.
But thankfully, with Cindy's help, they managed to resolve the issue. On the next order, Amanda and Zach had a miscommunication about the cooking time. This added to the pressure, and Janelle found herself growing increasingly vocal to keep her team in sync.
I really have to step up, make my presence known, and get some food coming out of our kitchen.
Chef Ramsay cautioned her about the team running on their own rules, not hers, which prompted her to reassert her leadership.
You're standing, she's drowning. Get some pants on that flat top. Let's go, guys.
Thanks to her newfound vocal leadership, the blue team rallied back and the entrees began flowing from the kitchen. Janelle managed to bring the service to a close not long after Mary. With everything I've said so far, it should be so obvious that Janelle earned the head chef position at Gordon Ramsay Pub and Grill in Caesar's Palace, right? However, she didn't take it up even though she still received the $250,000 prize money. At that time, it was attributed to recent unforeseen circumstances, she tweeted. Due to personal matters, I will not be joining the team in Las Vegas, but I wish them continued success. Chef Ramsay expressed his support for her and said, "My door is always open. I hope she sorts out her personal issues." Personal issues, huh? Where did that come from? Well, the real reason soon came to light, as TMZ reported that she tested positive for cocaine. This led to her disqualification from the position she had won. That was a hell of a missed opportunity for her if I've ever seen one. TMZ was pretty ruthless in their report, even going to the extent of mocking her by saying, "Whit bombed her test." One source tells us she failed miserably. And when Caesars found out, they quickly kicked her ass to the curb. They went on to also say, but there is a silver lining for Whit. We're told that she will receive the $250,000 salary despite the fact that she won't spend a single day in the kitchen. But what they said next went a bit too far in my opinion. Fun fact, $250,000 can roughly buy you 10 kilos of cocaine, depending on the quality. Yeah, now many people thought that the position should have gone to Mary since she was the runner-up. But Fox confirmed that that wouldn't be happening. There can only be one winner after all. But what's your take on this? Do you think Ralph should have been given the chance? Let me know in the comment section down below. As for TMZ's brutal response, Janelle had something to share with them. She tweeted, "Thank you for the kind words, and the rumors are very entertaining, but I won't address the negativity or ridiculous headlines. #celebstatus." What followed next was a barrage of negative comments, calling her out, and some of the attacks were very personal. But I think it's important to address while she may have been struggling with her own demons, we really need to be compassionate and not judge her in this situation. Addiction should really not be seen as a moral failing. If someone close to you is grappling with drug or alcohol problems, what they truly need is your support and encouragement, not criticism. Frequently, addiction begins as a coping mechanism in response to trauma, stress, chronic pain, or underlying mental health issues. And let's not forget how Michael Ray also rose up to take his place as a private chef all over again. You see, the restaurant industry, as we all know, is notorious for fueling a culture of substance abuse. Janelle falling into the culture is hardly a personal failing on her account, right? Now, let's take a moment to also remember Matthew Perry, our very own Chandler. Unfortunately, he passed away recently on October 28th, but what's worth sharing is that he wanted to be remembered for helping others in recovery from addiction. As for Janelle, after the show, despite all the hate, she's actually been very successful. She was an executive chef at Corner Table where she revamped the menu, saying it's going to be global ethnic, for sure. There's going to be Thai flavors, there's going to be Mediterranean, there's going to be Spanish and local flavors. There's going to be something for everyone. Sounds delicious, right? Have any of you visited it? Don't forget to share your experience in the comments below if you have, because it sounds amazing. And that's not all. Janelle has also worked as a chef consultant for several restaurants including Sammy's Steakhouse, Beef Fit Foods, and Sammy's Ritas and Fajitas. What's more, during the height of the pandemic, she adapted and worked as a private chef, serving her clients directly. If you're interested in what she brings to the table, you can check out her Instagram, where she regularly posts all sorts of amazing food content. And well, she also looks happy and fulfilled in her recent pictures, and that's the real win in my book. She's also been actively supporting breast cancer awareness and fundraising programs. By the way, she also won Reality Wanted TV Awards in 2014 for the Best New Cast category. And then she also had her own website, but the domain is currently on sale. Anyway, do you think Janelle should have been given another chance to take the position as Chef Ramsay's head chef? Or are you Team Mary? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on my post notifications. And hey, if you're always looking forward to my latest updates and want some cool perks to go along with it, make sure to head over to my membership tab right here. And by the way, my channel's Discord server is the place to be, since it's where we can talk about more times when chefs were denied their prize on Hell's Kitchen. And guess what? It's free. Also, if you thought this video was crazy, then make sure to check out my next post right here since it's even crazier.